Hey everybody, Andrea Hyatt here with American Title Solutions, and I have Stewart Shankel from the Stewart Shankel Group. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, Stewart, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into real estate and just a little bit of your journey through real estate.
Yeah, so this is my fifth year in real estate, and 5 years ago, right around the time that COVID hit, I got laid off as an engineer, and I said, I'm done. I don't really want to do this anymore. I got tired of working with the government, and I said, my wife basically said, you've talked about real estate for 10 years, so either do it or stop talking about it. So I
Gotta
said,
love those wifely talks.
so I did, took the test, and a little backstory, my mom was an agent for a long time, 26 years. So I decided to join Howard Hanna where she was at that time, and within 3 months of me getting my license, she decided to retire, and then I said, oh no, what am I gonna do now? Kind of bounced around a little bit trying to find my way, and then 2 years ago, actually 2 years ago yesterday, I came to Remax Infinity, and it was the best decision I made for me. I never thought I would be a team leader, never thought any of that. Now I have a team. We're bringing on more agents, and that's kind of how I got to where I'm at right now. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Super fun. Well, today is Funny Friday, and so, Stuart, can you just share with us one of the many, because we know in real estate everybody has a funny story. We always say, like, we need to write a book of all of the weird, crazy, funny things that happen. So I decided that I'm just going to do this little video series on all the funny things and have some agents in and talk about the craziness that happens. So, Stuart, can you share with us your funny, crazy story that you have from real estate?
sure. Sure. Early on, it was my first year in real estate. I had a buyer that I represented, and they were looking in Alliance, Ohio. And we scheduled a showing, show up, go inside. Normally houses are empty when you go to show, or the seller at least isn't there. And we walked in, and there were 3 people sitting on the couch. And the people looked at me, and they were smoking what appeared to be marijuana. And the guy turns around and he goes, "Hey man, you wanna hit this?" I said, "Oh no thanks, I'm working, I can't partake right now." And the funny thing is my client was a corrections officer, so she was like taken aback, and so we get through the showing, and
You
then,
toured the whole house. You just like
Yep.
went through. Okay.
yeah, pretended like they
Like
weren't
they
even
weren't
there.
there?
And
Okay.
we leave and we talk about it. Well, ultimately she decides to put in an offer on
After
this
that.
house. After that, said, I love the house, even with the pot smokers in the house. So I said, don't worry, they don't come with the house. But we write an offer, we get under contract, we go back for the home inspection. Well, we come in for the home inspection, and sure enough, they're there again, doing the same
no.
thing. And so we're going along, and I'm in the kitchen talking to the home inspector, and we're having a conversation about something he had found in the kitchen. I don't even remember what it was, but all of a sudden we hear this beeping, and this guy gets up, walks straight through our conversation, and goes, "Oh, hey man, sorry, my ramen's done," and just grabs the ramen. He's like, "I'm starving," and he just grabs it, starts eating, and walks away. And I just like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
So much. And then there's a pit bull barking in the backyard, and I go, this is crazy. Well, and ultimately she ended up not buying the house because of it was actually an appraisal issue that came up.
Okay.
And she ended up finding another house, but it was just the most wild experience. And then to top it off, it turns out those people weren't even the homeowners; they were squatters, and they were related to the seller. And the seller had to evict their own sister because she had moved out of state, and it was just a crazy whole scenario. So even if my client would have proceeded, she would have had to figure out how to get these
get them
people
out.
out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was wild.
Wow. Well, I'm sure some of you guys have some stories like that, and I would love to hear them from you. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. This happens in real estate
All the time.
All the time. Just to keep this little informative, can you give us a market update? So you're kind of like in the Stark County area. Give us a market update. What are we days on market? What's like some of those averages that some of our folks can know?
Sure. I do work in most of Northeast Ohio, but my primary area where I'm based out of is Stark County. I live in Canal Fulton, and Stark County right now, you're looking at around an average of 30 days on market. for listings. We're seeing trends that are starting to come back up that we saw, during COVID because interest rates are starting to fall. But right now, like I said, 30 days on market. Average sale price in Stark County is right around the $230,000 mark. And that, standard 3-bedroom house. And it is still a very competitive market. But we do see properties sitting a little bit longer, and I think that's attributed to a little bit of buyer fatigue. We've had a stretch of years where buyers got tired of overpaying, going significantly over asking price, and we still see that as a strategy from listing agents as well, where they try to price things low on purpose in order to generate multiple offers and get it up, get the sale price up, which can be great for sellers, but it can also cause problems with appraisals. I'm dealing with one like that right now. But yeah, I mean,
So are we still in a seller's market?
It's shifting more back towards a more balanced market.
Okay.
But it's going to tip back in favor of the seller as interest rates continue to slide down. I mean,
Okay.
right now, I think they're right around 6%.
That's great.
Which is significantly better
Yeah.
than where they were like 6 months ago, where I had clients that were in the upper 7s, even 8s, depending on their situation.
Yeah.
So now, even if you've already bought, it would make sense to talk to your lender or your realtor about refinancing, because that could create a significant savings on your monthly payment.
Sure.
Or if you're on the sidelines waiting for rates to come down, now they're starting to get down and you want to try to beat some of this competition, now would be a chance to look at what your options are, because you could have substantially more buying power than you had 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So, and if you have a family and you're on that, 2 to 250 price point,
Well done.
especially in Stark County, that extra, 20, 30,000 in purchase price could mean that you could get a better house for your family,
Yeah.
more room, more space, in a
Yeah.
better location. So,
And I think the Fed said that they're going to drop the rates again before the end of the year. Definitely once. I heard maybe twice. So that's a good thing, I think, for buyers in the
Yes.
market. And if you're looking to refinance.
yeah, and ultimately I think rates, could settle, maybe in the high 4s to low 5s, somewhere in there, which would be great. Obviously, I don't think we're going to see the 2 and 3% rates that we saw
Yeah.
in 2020, 2021.
Right.
But historically low rates of, anywhere in the high 4s or 5s
It's
would
great.
be great.
Yeah, it's great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that funny story with us. Thank you for the market update. I
You're welcome.
appreciate it. So Andrea Hyatt with American Title Solution. This has been Funny Friday, and we'll catch you later.